Hey, welcome to A Moment of Sage. Thanks for joining me. TERESA MOLINA-GONZALEZ. Judge Gonzalez. Celebrated a number of years ago being the first Puerto Rican woman appointed to the judgeship. Let me read you some quotes. I looked up some quotes from the judge. I was always interested in things being fair and felt people should be held accountable for their actions, unquote. Here's another one, quote, I knew many people that were the victims of crimes and wanted to be a voice for those that needed to be heard, unquote. Another one, I knew being a judge would allow me to have a greater impact on my community, unquote. Judge, you succeeded. You have had a big impact on your community. You have. You let a man who's been arrested over 50 times or close to 50 times, and 9 or 10 of them felonies, he's only done, out of all those times, and we're going back to 1993. I forget how many times he's been arrested in the last 5 or 6 years. Quite a bit. In other words, his career keeps ascending. But I gotta ask. She put an ankle monitor on him. He was in with a social worker at a hospital. Of course, this is as well as all the previous arrests. This is the most recent before this deciding he was going to light this woman on fire. And he punched the social worker so hard it knocked her out, knocked her cold. One paper says she has probably permanent damage. She has memory loss. She's had nerve damage. She gets headaches. That's what Mr. Lawrence Reed, the 50-year-old black male that Judge Gonzalez let go with an ankle monitor. Now, you know, the state's attorney had asked and wrote out a serious request stating that this man be detained, that he was a threat to the community, and she ignored it. She even made the statement something to the effect of, I don't send someone to jail just because the state's attorney wants it. Well, you know, when the state's attorney fills out that report, that official document, it says the people of Illinois or the people of Cook County or the people of Chicago versus Lawrence Reed. So it wasn't the state's attorney asking you, madam. They represent the people. Good old Judge Gonzalez had you got up and walked out of that courtroom and went and knocked on 100 doors. Everyone that answered, 100 people that answered that door, if you told them, you know, I'm a judge, I have a man that's been arrested 50 times, 9 times felonies, has committed assault and battery, had a DUI, drug charge, he's done 2.5 years. He just cold cocked a female social worker and caused her brain damage in her brain. What do you think I should do? I'm telling you, 100 doors, 100 people. They'd almost be perplexed. Why do you even got to ask? But no, she said, I don't put somebody in jail just because the state's attorney wants me to. Lawrence Reed was a threat to society, and you let him out on an ankle monitor. And with the ankle monitor, he was allowed to go out, I think 4 days a week. He couldn't go out on weekends, but he could go out, I think 4 days, maybe 5, between 6 a.m. and 2 p.m. Was he going to look for a job? No. Nope. Was he going to Sharper Image, buy something? No. Actually, it seems like what he was going out to do was looking for some way to rob, steal, or hurt somebody. And he succeeded. Let me see. Say I'm the prosecutor. Judge Gonzalez, as the state's attorney representing the people of the state of Illinois, the county of Cook, the city of Chicago, I would request that this man, Lawrence Reed, be held without bond in the county jail. He is a threat to the community. Judge Gonzalez, what would you say? Well, sure, the guy's been arrested 50 times. He's done 2.5 years. He's hurt people. He's hurt people. Pay attention to that. That's very important. He's hurt people. It's not like stealing candy or a loaf of bread. He's hurt people on more than one occasion. He started fires. Well, as the judge, I see all that. I understand the documentation here, but Mr. State's Attorney, let me just say this. Has he set anybody on fire yet? No. Judge Gonzalez, she's proud to be the first Puerto Rican. And we're so proud of you, Judge. So proud of you. And one of the things you said is that you felt that, going back to my initial quotes, you were interested in things being fair and felt people should be accountable for their actions. You put an ankle monitor on him after he cold-cocked a woman social worker. And you also said you knew many people that were victims of crimes, and you wanted justice for them because you see sometimes justice isn't dished out, but you wanted to be a voice for those that needed to be heard. There is a woman laying in the hospital with third-degree burns all over her body. She needed to be heard, and she needs to be heard now. And you being a judge, you said it'd allow you to have a greater impact upon the community. Boy, have you impacted the community, and you impacted the life of a woman who is now so critical, laying in the hospital with burns over her entire body because you let a repeat criminal who has mental issues out with nothing more than an ankle monitor. That's probably the most ludicrous thing I've heard in a while. Although we have seen it happen more and more. Matter of fact, these kind of scenarios have played out dozens of times in the past couple years under the Democrat leadership and the Democrat judges and the Democrat state's attorneys and prosecutors. It is very sad, very sad. And now we have an individual that's been victimized in very serious condition. Now, of course, good old Mayor Brandon Johnson came on and said this is an isolated incident. Now, they're taking cheap shots at him because he wasn't saying that there's no crime or that this is just an act of crime that doesn't usually happen in Chicago. He really is saying we don't get many people set on fire here in Chicago. That's what he was saying. We don't get many people set on fire, but he says this is a legal issue. This is a judicial system issue, the criminal court system issue, and mental health. We've been hearing this for decades, that cities, states, counties, we don't have money for mental health facilities. I mean, they've emptied out. It used to be, we had some here in Illinois. And they emptied them out. Don't have the finances for them. It's interesting. We don't have the money to help those with mental health issues. Especially, and that includes the kind of mental health issues where you hurt people. We don't have money for that to fund those kind of facilities. But yet, Brandon and J.B., Toni Preckwinkle, and a host of others they were able to find, just here in Illinois alone, $1 billion to give illegal aliens cell phones and food and 100% coverage on health care. And my, oh my, we found $1 billion for people that entered this country illegally. That makes them criminals. we found $1 billion for them, but don't have the money for the mentally ill in this country. There's no excuses. There's none.